Namaste everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to train our shoulders and bicep muscles. Going to start with the greatest stretch, part of our dynamic stretching routine. 5 repetitions each side, followed by a deep squat. You may prefer to do cardio, and that's absolutely fine. Now, for the first mobility drill, since we're going to work on our shoulders, and I always kind of add one or two mobility drills before I start working out on my shoulders, is plate rotations around your head. The first one is going to be rear delt uh, raises, basically 4 sets, 20 repetitions. How do we perform these? Nothing new. An incline bench setup. Lay on the incline bench, facing down, slightly tuck your chin in, and then pull the dumbbells and then push the dumbbells. Basically, when the dumbbells are in front of you, ahead of you in a complete stretch position, from there you pull them. And then as they come close to your body, near to your midline, you push them as far behind as possible, creating the maximum amount of contraction in your rear delt or the entire back. Since the arms are close to the body, it'll be a lot more demanding on your rear delts, but we have to ensure that we cover the entire range of motion. We want a complete stretch and complete contraction. So push as far behind as possible while keeping your arms close to your body, and then let your arms swing as far ahead as possible. Keeping your chin tucked in helps a lot in terms of not involving much of your traps, upper traps. They would work still, but yes, our rear delts are doing the majority of the work. Post completing those, we move on to bicep work, wherein we start with our staple first exercise, high cable curls, stretched position, working our bicep. Stand in front of the cable machine, set it up all the way high, at the highest point, and from there, grab the cable, turn your body away from the cable. So you're facing in the direction of the cable, not in front of it, but uh, in along the path of the cable. And from there, you start curling. Always keep your bicep in a stretched position. So you would feel that stretch in your shoulder and in your chest muscle. And as you curl, the tension is always building up. Never let the cable or the weight completely rest. So always keep the tension high. And here you can see how it looks from the back, how stretched or how my body is positioned. I'm always looking down in front of me, and the cable and the bicep which I'm trying to curl is behind my midline of my body. So working in a stretched position. 20 repetitions without a break when switching from one arm to the other. 30 to 45 seconds break in between sets. Post those, I started doing cable curls. Now with cable curls, you want to stand just a little bit away from the cable. So you're not standing over the cable. So you never come in line with the cable. Your arms are always, so the cable is basically pulling you a little bit forward. There's also a forward pull, not only the up or downward pull. What does this do? This keeps the tension high because every time the cable gets into a straight line, you lose all the tension. So we want to always keep pulling on the bicep muscle, and from there you start doing your curls. Here it's a very simple way to do the exercise. Just keep your arms in a comfortable middle grip, uh, middle distance kind of a grip. If you have a longer cable attachment, use that. Otherwise, a regular cable attachment, a straight rod, is more than sufficient. Now make sure you get as many repetitions as possible with a good challenging weight. So 3 sets of these 20 repetitions in a controlled manner, and you can see how well I'm able to achieve good amount of pump in my muscle, lot of blood flow, lot of challenge. So yes, a simple exercise can always be made challenging if done in the right manner. So make sure you stay a little bit away from the cable. Post completing these, we move on to the shoulder work again, this time lateral raises, 4 sets, 20 repetitions, seated. If you prefer to do standing, that's absolutely fine. But I wanted to try out seated so that I can control a little bit more in terms of the tension build up in my lateral delts. Now I'm doing it with a couple of 5 kilo dumbbells. Nothing heavy is required because I'm targeting more on the controlled repetitions, and also the way I do it at a higher volume, more number of repetitions. You want to focus in pushing the weight up using your elbows, leading with your elbows. So more tension on your lateral delts. Yes, you can also take your arms all the way out, but then sometimes tension builds up on the elbow joint. So mixed up a little bit to get as much possible. Use what works for you the best. You should just feel the pressure on your lateral delts while pushing the weight beside you. There are multiple ways to do it. This is one of the way. Post completing these, we move on to preacher curls. Pretty simple setup. If there is a preacher setup available at your gym, you already know what to do. Just make sure the height is perfectly aligned. So before lifting the weight, set yourself against the bench and see if you can do a comfortable curl, and then start doing it with the weight, because oftentimes you set the height up weirdly and you're not able to curl through the full range of motion. Here again, I want to go completely up, complete contraction and complete stretch. Now, if you don't have a preacher setup, you can obviously do this on an inclined bench, one arm at a time. We have done that previously also in my previous videos. The same kind of a same exercise. Here, it's pre-set up, so we can use that. You can also use dumbbells if you don't have a barbell. For some reason, you can use dumbbell and go one arm at a time or both the arms at a time. Absolutely up to you. I'm using a easy bar curl. Now, if you prefer, you can use a straight bar. And again, it's just a choice. I'm a little bit more comfortable using an easy bar on preacher because it puts my wrist in a comfortable position and I'm able to curl through full range of motion. Post completing those, we are going to end our workout with overhead presses, 4 sets, 20 repetitions. I have equipment, so I'm going to use that. If you don't, you can use dumbbells or you can use a regular barbell to do those. The way I grip is what is a little bit important. My palms are facing towards me. So supinated grip. Now make sure you push all the way up and come down all the way down, feeling that stretch in your front delts and your lateral delts. And then when you push up, push all the way up, maximize the contraction in your shoulder muscle. It's important to accumulate as many repetitions as possible. So target 20 repetition mark. Don't go very heavy, because if you go heavy, you won't be able to go through the full range of motion. You'll get tired out thanks to all the work which we have already done. So keep the weight just challenging enough to achieve the number of repetitions and end the workout at a high. And that's it. We are done for today. We're going to finish off with a simple vertical hang to decompress our shoulders, stretch out that biceps, hang as long as possible. 1 minute is ideal. If not, you're able to do only 20 to 30 seconds. Do it a couple of times. Completely good for our shoulders. Thank you for watching the video. If you did like the video, please do drop a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Any feedback in the comment section is greatly appreciated. Thank you once again. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.